settles around us when we are most alone. This is when we can question the very fabric of our own nature and discover who we truly are. What is it we fear and why? Only with the truth can we lift the veil of our vanity and face the source of power that holds claim over us. But we must not fool ourselves. We must not give in to our human need for tolerance or reconciliation. These are the definitive traits of those who are ultimately overrun by their misconceptions of the truth. Once we find that source, we must stop at nothing to purge. We must not underestimate the power and reach of scheming words. Would you have your people fall to the promise of false? All those things incapable of change. Allow yourselves to be that instrument of change, or forever drown in the tragedy that will follow your lack of action.
And what then?
Anything we want.
The real tragedy is that no one has ever or will ever pray for you. You, the one soul who needs it the most.
Incredulous man. You are merely a carriage for the inevitable. I am the path. Sooner or later, this shall come to pass. The waves of time crash onto me and are broken, just the same as kings break at the will of my hand.
From almost day one, it was quite clear that this was out of control. There is just no obvious answer to this.
This is ultimately going to be probably the greatest catastrophe.
Huge amounts of pressure, either from the government.
Amerikanische National Genetic Institute konnte bis jetzt nur unschlüssige Nachrichten.
I mean, it seems to me these demis are nothing more than walking reminders that our prophets and our miracles within our respective faiths are nothing more than superheroes exercising their gifts. I want to talk about the origins of their powers. How did they get them? Where did they come from?
Our research at NGI shows some sort of synaptic acceleration. Nothing conclusive, though.
So it could all very well just be divine.
It could.
So would you call them gods?
Were Cortez and the conquistadors not regarded as gods amongst the Aztecs? The measure of God, David, is relative to those doing the measuring. If we lived in a world where we as humans had no legs, would a man with legs running full speed be seen as a god? Who are we to continuously set boundaries for the definitive archetype of the human race? Where do we draw the line as to saying what's human, what's divine?
I'd say the moment we see a single person level an entire city.
There's never been any proof of a demi reaching even a tenth of the power suggested to do that. And even if there was a demi with that sort of power, why not just take it a step further and say that they could destroy an entire country or maybe the entire human race?
That was an interview with Dr. John Camus just days before the incident, where 1 year ago today, in a tragic turn of events, Gabrielle Camus lost control of her gifts.
Many have come to know this day as a day of a million souls. The president has issued a statement expressing his sorrow and support for the loved ones of those that lost their lives during this tragic event.
Feel it.
seen one before. Never seen one before. Got showing up in here for everything.
I like my whiskey smoky. Not burnt.
John, this anger will consume you.
I don't think it's my anger you have to worry about. You see, my friends over here, they look like they want to tear you to pieces.
They will try. I've been thinking, more so looking back, trying to connect the dots, trying to trace every single event back to a certain point in time.
For what?
Maybe to find a reason for all this.
And find peace? You think I want to run from this? No matter how many reasons or justifiable ends you can find, there is no escape from this.
Everything good that happened in your life happened when she was around.
You don't think I know that?
She is much more than you and me.
Was.
What if she is?
But she isn't.
How far would you go to find out? This man I used to know. It's one of those guys you love to hate. Successful, beautiful wife, smart kid. The image of perfection. That is, until one day he slipped in a bathtub and landed in an airplane cabin 4 miles away. At first, he just obsessed day and night over trying to find something to rid him of this curse. At a certain point, his wife left him and took the kid. But he pushed on. You see, he had this crazy idea that one day he'd be rid of his curse. He would go buy his wife's favorite flowers and go to her house at the outskirts of the city. And she would open the door. And he wouldn't say anything. She would just know. And although this pursuit of this elusive dream is what scarred him for life, he never stopped believing that he could change things. That you could find a way.
Hey. Why don't you and your little flamer friend get the fuck out of here? I said, leave.
These people will not share your same compassion.
A necessary difference between us and them.
Wide-eyed devil. Blind faith in the world is not enough to change it. Take it from me.
She's alive, you know.
Don't use her memory to play me in your little game.
It's not the first time someone's been raised from the...
She's gone. She's gone.
I can sense her. And I don't need my gifts to know that you do as well.
What you sense is a self-serving remnant of a past you're too weak to let go of. But I'm not.
John! A darkness falls upon us unlike the world has ever seen. If you face it alone, you will surely perish.
Don't let death come over me.
Take it easy. It'll take some time. You're safe. You're in a medical research facility.
Why?
Let's get through the basics first. Do you recognize the name Gabrielle Cass?
No.
What's the last thing you recall?
I can't remember a single thing.
Look at me. Do you know who I am? You and I, we were good friends.
Why am I here?
For everyone's safety. Something happened. We don't even know how you were able to...
John.
You remember. What else can you remember? That's good, honey. Remembering, that's a good thing. Okay? Why don't you rest a little bit? Come on.
I remember, John. You are not him.
Gabrielle, you need to rest.
Your mind is very...
Where's my son?
Gabrielle, stay calm, okay? This is why you are here. You need to relax. Jacob is safe!
You're lying.
Jacob is safe.
Where is he?
You are losing control, Gabrielle. That's why you are here.
Where's my son?
He's gone! He's gone! But you can bring him back. We never lost our son.
I miss him, John.
I know. I know. We will get him back. But we have to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
I can't lose him again.
We won't. We won't. I will make sure of that. We will make sure that we can control it.
Even if you find her with all her power and might, it won't bring him back.
There's something you should know. There's a secret to the questions within all of us. It can change the very foundations of our nature, rewrite history. It can shape time. That's why I must find her. That's how I get my son back.
It's not so hard to see just what you do to me, oh. I feel it in your stare.